I help people sort of make changes in their lives. I try and help people make their lives more fulfilling, much more happy, much more free and easy, less stressful. Touching.
The Thames Embankment. Joe and James have started intensive early morning training for the London Marathon.
I look like your ensemble this morning.
A successful businesswoman.
Children are very good at making me feel guilty. You take to school. Aren't you picking me up from school today, Mummy? No, I'm going to work. And so you know, there's constantly a nag at you, just because you're pulled in 2 or 3 directions.
But to actually sort of sit down with them and sort of say, you know what, I need some time for me. I need some time alone. Even at weekends, maybe I just need a bit of space and time for me. Well, how was that for you to mention that to the kids?
Yeah.
So what do you think Rupert and the girls are doing right now?
I should think they're probably having the most gorgeous breakfast in the brasserie. That was their plan.
How are you feeling, Joe?
I'm feeling good.
Bye-bye. Something that made me feel good was the comfort of eating food. And it sort of spiraled, it really went out of control, going up a stone in weight every year I got older. And at 17, it's 17 stone 6 and 44-inch waist, and being bullied in my middle school, not so bad in comprehensive, having to buy trousers from the co-op which chaffed between the legs so I walked to school and had to wear patches between my legs. Felt pretty shitty about myself. I'd had a bit of a drinking problem after the food as well, so I was drinking a lot of vodka, got in with an older set of friends, and when I had renal colic and I was lying in hospital, I felt time to sort of change life a little bit. And at that point I started going to aerobics 3 times a week, and surprisingly, even though I was sort of quite big, I could still move, had a bit of rhythm. And suddenly after about 6 months, the first time in my life I had a metabolism, so I never did any gains periods at school, and the weight started to shift for the first time. Life coaching is not about therapy. It's not about sort of delving into the past and hanging around in the past. You work with someone in the present, and you sort of talk about the changes they want to make, and you try to get them to sort of shift perspective, to look at things from a different viewpoint. And once they can start to let a little bit of light in on the situation and to do things in a different way, they'll start to get different results.
I was sort of sitting in bed last night thinking, juggling. Oh God, now if she works that day, then I can do that work, and it's just organising everybody really.
So it sounds like there's plenty of hands.
There's plenty of hands, yeah. It's just a question of getting it, delegating and organising it.
Mm-hmm. And do you think you can delegate and organise it?
Yeah, I've done it before. I can do it.
So, what would stop you from not sitting down tomorrow morning and doing it?
Because it's a boring thing to have to do.
Is tomorrow morning a good time for you to do it?
Yeah.
What time in the morning do you think would be a good
James,
time?
you're going to start this again on me. I will do 9:30. You can ring me and check up on me.
And how was your week in Cornwall?
My week in Cornwall was British.
British.
It was good English seaside, nice and slightly damp.
At their next session, Joe tells James all about it.
But really great just to be with the girls and another great friend with her children, and she has quite a lot of help with her life, and we both had no help at all, so it's quite novel.
So it was novel, what was special? Something I ask of my clients is make sure you've got some time for you, just to sit, just to be, just to think. Yeah,
James, can those medical problems be sort of tied in with weight?
I mean, bottom line, losing weight is hard work. Yeah. Everybody feels
Say
that.
Say that again.
Do you agree? I mean, and one thing I want to bring out is it's very good for you to sort of say how easy it is for you to look after your lifestyle.
It's not easy. It isn't easy.
But let me point out.
Successful.
But looking at other people that maybe find it more difficult, I think we need to lose the judgment when it comes to people and their weight.
But do you think that she should ditch her diet? Because I think going on loads and loads of diets is actually
we call that yo-yo dieting. So
detrimental.
basically, when you go on any of these diets, you have a massive reduction in your caloric intake for the day. And that goes down, and your metabolism, the amount of calories that you need to keep you going during the day, goes down as well. As soon as you come off this extreme diet that you can't continue, what ends up happening is you end up putting more weight than you had in the first place. So,
I don't know. He just loves it. He thinks it's great.
but why wouldn't he? I mean,
Yeah,
we're talking also here today about sort of, do you like bigger women or smaller women? You know, you're a woman still at the same time. And on either side of me, I've got vivacious, lively, look at these smiles. I mean, I can't understand how the culture of some men, and you guys might disagree in the audience here, why, you know, thin is so beautiful. At the end of the day, it's what comes from the inside, what comes out through the skin. So we talked about for you said you lost the weight for yourself, and you pointed out that your fiancé, he wants you to put weight on.
Yeah.
I think it's really important when it comes to losing weight, you own it. It's my body, it's my way, I decide to do it for me.
You do it for
so
yourself,
if you want to get successful weight loss, if that's what you want, then you have to say I'm doing it for me and nobody else.
And if
It's
you
really
don't, just
important.
hang loose with it.
Yeah. Can we talk a bit about